name's Chris from ChristopherHole.com. It's Monday again, and welcome to the podcast where we're going to be talking about 3 top whole grain foods in the world, and we're going to look at what they are. So I'll quickly mention them, and then we'll talk about why I think they are. There are other foods, of course, but these are very easy foods to get hold of, hence why I like to put them at the front of the queue when I'm talking about whole foods, or whole grains, I should say. But first of all, before we get into that, I'd just like to mention my social channels. On Facebook, it's Christopher Hole Training, so just type that in, like, and if you go to Twitter, it's at Christopher Hole. So again, just search me on there, click like or follow. It'll be great to see you there. Or you've got Instagram, which again is Christopher Hole on there. Alternatively, you can come to the website, which is Christopher Hole Training. ChristopherHole.com/join, and you can go to the page there, put in your name and email address, and you can join up to the monthly newsletter, which is all video content talking all things health and fitness, from nutrition, what we're talking about today, to exercise, to injuries, to illnesses, to stress, to mindset, anything that we can find out about health and fitness or related to health and fitness, we like to put into that that newsletter. So yeah, come along there, and I will speak to you on that. But back to today's podcast, where we're talking about 3 top whole grain foods in the world. Now, just quickly, they are, or what I think they are, brown rice, buckwheat, and oatmeal. So those are the 3 foods. There's going to be a little bit of repetition, but I'm just going to rattle off some of the reasons why they are. They're very simple foods, they're very easy foods to get hold of, but they do so much for you. So I do very much promote these foods. You've got, so in no particular order, but brown rice would be, I would call number 1. It's got manganese, which is good for the nervous system, which is also required to produce fatty acids and hormones, which help the nervous system. It's low GI, which aids lowering of blood sugar. Lots of magnesium in it, which is a key nutrient for bone growth. You've got a range of B vitamins. You've got phosphorus, selenium, manganese, potassium, magnesium. If we move on to number 2, we would talk about buckwheat, which is not technically a grain, it's a seed, but it does get put in the grain category a lot, so I'm just going to keep it there for argument's sake. But again, it's got a lot of the same nutrients in it: manganese, copper, magnesium, phosphorus again, B vitamins, pantothenic acid, niacin, folate, thiamine, and choline. You've also got another one called glutathione, which is a sort of, I don't want to give it a label of being a super nutrient, but that again is what it does get labelled. It's a very good nutrient. I wouldn't want to give it that sort of label, because that all becomes then a bit faddy and a bit trendy. But it is a very good nutrient all the same. And then finally, oatmeal, again, similar types of nutrients: manganese, phosphorus, magnesium, copper, iron, zinc, folate, vitamin B1, vitamin B5, which is B1's thiamine, and B5 is pantothenic acid. And then you've got smaller amounts of calcium, potassium, vitamin B6, and vitamin B3, which is niacin. So you can see that those foods have got lots of minerals, they've got lots of vitamins in it, but not only that, all of them are high fibre, and high fibre is well known to be beneficial for good digestion and also good excretion, because it attracts water to the gut to aid that movement, but also it's great for heart disease and cancers and blood sugar and blood cholesterol and gallstones. So if we're talking about good foods to eat and that cover a lot of bases, then these 3 whole grains are very good foods. So if you're going to base your diet on anything, base them on these whole foods, these whole grains, because they're very rich in a lot of nutrients. And I know a lot of people try and stay away from carbohydrate type foods, but you get so much more than the carbohydrate with it than if you take them out. You've got to find all of those nutrients in other foods. So you may as well keep them in. And with the type of carbohydrate that it is, it's not going to be the end of the world. Your blood sugar is going to be low because it's low GI. So I could go on, I could talk for much, much longer, but I want to keep it short, I want to keep it sharp, hence why I've been, I guess, talking quite quickly. But hopefully this has been useful. Hopefully it's maybe giving you a few ideas, maybe it's giving you a little bit of inspiration to, go out and add these foods in. So yes, many thanks for listening. Again, just quickly, my social channels on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You've got Christopher Hole Training on Facebook at Christopher Hole on Twitter, Christopher Hole on Instagram, or alternatively come to the website, christopherhole.com/join. Join the newsletter, get more content, get knowledge, get learning, and your benefit, or your health and fitness will benefit to the maximum. So many thanks for listening. My name is Chris from christopherhole.com. I will speak to you next week in the next podcast.